a girl who was diagnosed in her 30s, right? It's crazy. First of all, I'm going to start the story with mental health in Nigeria. Mental health in Nigeria. Growing up, I've always had that feeling that I knew I wasn't dumb. I said, I'm not an olodo, right? I knew I wasn't dumb. I knew, because I liked to read growing up, but for some reason, when I read, I wasn't exactly getting. Say, for instance, I would read and I would not. If I were to read a book and then I was told later I'll be able to tell you the story of what I just read, but I would not be able to put it on paper. No. Here's some ADHD tips from somebody who was diagnosed in her 30s, right? I wasn't diagnosed with ADHD until I came to America, but I always knew that there was something wrong. I always knew that I had something, but I wasn't sure of what it was until I came to this country and it was defined. And everything made sense because, again, before you get diagnosed, you literally have to take tests and see a therapist and have that conversation. And I was having conversations with my doctor and talking about everything, growing up and the problems that I was having with school and academics, and all that. And it turns out I had ADHD, and he explained everything to me, and I literally cried in the office. But I just wanted to talk about that. But first of all, this was supposed to be about giving tips, right? So let's just do one tip. People with ADHD have a lot of noise in their heads. Our brains are going a million miles an hour. We are struggling there's a lot of noise in our heads. And one of the things that I'm learning to do, aside from being an adult, but one of the things that I'm learning to do is carry a little note around with me. And this really helps with brain dump. Don't use your phone, because if you use your phone, you're going to scroll on social media. Get a notepad. And with this notepad, you're going to write everything that's on your mind. Every single thing on your mind. Again, every single thing on your mind. Everything that's troubling you, everything you're thinking about, write down everything in a notepad. Now, this is not a to-do list. Do not mistake this for a to-do list. Because remember I said everything on your mind. So everything on your mind could be 100 things. And then you don't want to go thinking this is a to-do list. It's not. This is to just dump everything troubling you on your mind. And within that, when you then dump everything in here, you're then going to go in there and then pull out things to put on your to-do list. Everything is not supposed to be done. Don't go thinking you need to do everything here. You then go into that list, read the list, and then be like, there are 30 things that are bothering me. But amongst those 30 things, only 5 things really, really matter. Only 5 things can actually be done today. Or even only 3 things can actually be done today. And doing that sort of gives you perspective into, it puts everything in your face. Like, it's like throwing everything on a dashboard, and you're just like, And then you can then pick out what needs to be done and what doesn't even matter. Because amongst those 30 things on your mind, like 10 of them don't even matter. 10 of them can be done by the end of the year. 10 of them don't even need to be on your to-do list. 10 of them can be things that you're just worried about, that you can't control, and you can't even fix it today. So it sort of puts everything into, in order. And this has really helped me. It has really helped me. Remember I said this is not a to-do list. It's from the brain dump. You then pull out the to-do list. And from there you can now decide, I don't need to do everything today. I don't need to solve everything today. This can be done today. This can be done on Friday. This can be done on Monday. Right? And that would really help in easing your mental stress. So that is the one tip from someone who has ADHD, who was diagnosed in her 30s. That's my tip for today.